several giveaways.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Tommy Ady here. This is it's Tactical Tuesday, 8:30 in the morning, Facebook Live. This is about handling trade values over the phone. And if you could change one of your habits to increase your income, would you do it? I know some of you would, and I'm going to share a tip that'll make you all some more money if you'll do it. So I started my sales career in a small Eastern Oregon town, 8,000 people. We had over a dozen salespeople, and so with only 8,000 people, the next nearest town was Boise, Idaho, and it was about about 60 miles away, something like that. And there were multiple dealerships in between our town and Oregon. So anyway, I started selling in this town, and in my family's dealership, had a lot of competition with other salespeople there. We had some very good salespeople, and then we had, of course, like everybody else has, a lot of average salespeople, people that were doing like 15 to 20 units a month. And we got a lot of phone traffic. Didn't have any internet traffic back then because when I started, we didn't quite have the internet yet. But the phone would ring, and you needed to know how to handle that phone. Hardly any of us had cell phones, too. That was a new thing. We had the those big old Miami Vice things that you had to hold up to your head. Well, no, we didn't have those, but that's what people had. And so we'd get a lot of people calling up, of course, because they had trade-ins. Now, when we were in such a rural town, people are going to have to drive, and typically they're going to have to drive 50 miles, 100 miles, because it's out in the desert where we were located, and we had to figure out how to get people to come in, because if we gave them numbers over the telephone, what were they going to do? We all know what they're going to do. They're going to shop your price. They're going to say, okay, hey, thanks, I'll give you a call back. They call another dealership up. They probably take their trade into that store or get a weak salesperson, and they get a trade value, and they wouldn't buy from me. So what we would do back then was take that phone call and do everything that we could to make an appointment, answer most of the customers' questions, because what is somebody calling for when they call into a dealership? They want information. That's all they want. They don't want to build rapport with you. They just want to find out what you've got. Number one, do you have what they want? Number two, what's your price? What are you going to sell it to them for? And it's just information. No rapport building. Now, they're trying to rule you out. They just want to make sure that they don't need to go to your dealership. So what we did back then, when they had a trade-in, we take the phone call just like I train everybody on. Hey, this is Tommy. I can help you. Yeah, I might have that in stock. What's your name? How do you spell your last name? What's number I can call you back at? So I'm going to get 3 key pieces of information at first. And then they go, well, I wanted to get a value on my trade. I want to find out what you're going to sell me yours for, and I want to get a value on mine. And so a lot of salespeople say, well, I can't really give that over the telephone. I've got to see it. So we know what the customer does. They balk at it, and because they know they can get most salespeople to give in and give them a figure over the phone. So they act like that's going to really put them out, and that's a struggle. So, well, you know what? I'm not going to drive an hour, 2 hours. I'm not going to drive a half hour, whatever they want to say. I'm not going to drive down there just to find out you're not going to give me enough for my trade. So what salespeople have begun doing today is, well, can you send me some pictures? Can you send me some pictures? And that can be a good thing. That can hurt a salesperson, or that can help a salesperson. Usually it hurts a salesperson because the customer is going to walk out to their trade and they're going to take some pictures of it. Everybody has pictures of what they ride. My bike is hammered, my dirt bike, and I've still got pictures of my dirt bike. Why do I have pictures of my dirt bike? Because it's interesting how beat up it is. One radiator's up here, one's down there, and from riding through the Idaho mountains. Wonder if you guys can hear that horn going off here, somebody's alarm. So everybody's got pictures of their unit. Well, once that customer sends those pictures over to you, they are thinking that you implied you would give them numbers about their trade-in. So if you give them numbers, so if you get those pictures, you're going to look at those pictures. I know what you do. You're going to go show them to your sales manager. He's going to look at them. Yeah, that looks like a nice trade. Now, the salesperson's going to work the sales manager. You're supposed to work the customer over the phone. You're going to work the sales manager. So you start working the sales manager. Sales manager opens up the book. Yeah, it's going to be a value right around here in between this and this. If you don't work the sales manager, I know the other thing that salespeople do and that they should not do is they've got a book at their desk, or they sneak into the sales manager's office and they open the book and they take a look in there and they find out what the values are. And so then we call the customer back up and say, hey, yeah, it looked like your trade-in was great. It's probably going to fall right in this range. What's your customer typically going to say? That's not enough. Well, whether they say it or not, that's what they're thinking. That's not enough. They were hoping for more. Most have already booked it out because, you can get online. You don't need to sneak over to the book and open it. You can get online, and there it is. No, you don't have to subscribe to it in ADA. You just get online, and there it is. But most dealers subscribe to it for some reason. NADA is helpful, though. So talk to the customer, give them a value. Most of the customers are done. If they end up coming in the store, you just gave away your gross because they started the negotiation process over the phone. Now, the interesting thing, the customer takes the time to go over to their machine, their trade-in, and they take pictures of it. Some of them even do a video of what their trade-in is. This is what the salespeople should be doing. This is what you should be doing, is especially in your downtime when it's slow. It's not slow right now, but if you are a salesperson that's in a slow dealership or you don't have enough traffic, can't always blame it on your dealer. But this is where you should have been. As the customer's taking pictures of theirs, you take a video of yours. And the way that you would do that, you just use your phone like I'm doing right here, and you start out with, hey, this is Tommy Ady. I work over at ABC Motorsports. I'm the one that spoke to you on the telephone, and you're going to be sending me some pictures of your trade. I thought, you know what, it's a good time where I should send you some information about what you're looking at purchasing. And then you flip the phone around and you do a walk around the vehicle that they want to buy and point out a few features. You're not going to go over 3 minutes. Just don't go over 3 minutes, but that's what you should be doing, because the customer is trying to sell you on their trade right now, which it's your fault that they're doing that, taking pictures and a video of their trade. So show them that you can reciprocate and do the same thing with the vehicle that you're trying to sell them. I see it done on a regular basis, but the only people that do it are the new, eager salespeople or the guys that are making bank in this business, selling 40, 50, 60, 70 units a month. That's who's doing it. The guys that are selling like 30 units, 25 units, 20 units, they're not doing it. So when your customer has that trade-in, if you're going to have them get pictures or a video, which you shouldn't do it because, well, no, you can do it. We're going to go over how do you do it the right way. But if you're going to have them do it, if they're going to do it, you've got to do it with yours. Flip that phone around, show it to them. You're going to build rapport right there. You're going to have a relationship right there with them. Is another salesperson out there going to do it? They're not going to do it because they don't do it. Only the best do it. That's what you've got to do. Now, the other thing, it can hurt you or help you if you go, well, have you got any pictures of your unit? And they send you pictures of it. It hurts you if you're going to give them numbers over the phone because they're going to shop your numbers. Guarantee they're going to shop your numbers. If you can get them in the dealership, even though they're upside down, they're tipped $3,000, their payments are too high, everybody wants to trade in their unit, and they think they're not going to be buried. They know secretly they're going to be buried. They know their payments are going to go up, but they're going to tell you they want their payments to stay the same or go down. Yeah, right, bullshit. So when they send those pictures into you, the way that you can turn it into a positive, you still don't give them figures over the phone, but you tell them, as long as their machine looks good, wow, that's a good looking machine. Yeah, you want top dollar for that, don't you? You've got to bring that in. Did you get my video? Oh, you did get my video, and that's the machine that you're thinking of, right? Okay, what's going to be a good time for you to bring that thing in? I'm only going to have a couple of open spots on the weekend, Friday or Saturday. So are you thinking Friday or Saturday? You've got, remember, how many times are they going to say no to this? 4 times. It's not until the 5th time that they usually say yes. You've got to keep going. We listen to phone calls all the time, secret shopper calls, and well, some aren't even secret shopper calls. I was playing one yesterday for Paxton over in Lawton. Yeah, was it? Or Danny. Could have been, maybe it was both of them, Danny and Paxton. Anyway, they're not all secret shoppers. They're real legit calls. That's what you have to do. The rules of handling trade values over the phone is not always given in to give those trade values over the phone. You've got to do something to get your customer in. You've got to set an appointment. Don't let them sell you on why you need to give them trade values over the phone. You sell them on why they've got to get into your dealership. Ask them, have you been into our store before? Oh, no, you haven't. Man, well, you're going to find out that we're one of the largest dealerships in this state. We've also got the highest in customer satisfaction. I think you're going to love it. We also just moved to a new store. So if I can fit you in, I don't know if I can. If I can fit you in Friday or Saturday, which day is going to work better for you? And maybe they say they still need a trade value. You know what? I just can't give trade values over the telephone. And you probably have an idea of what you're going to get. But you want top dollar for it, and I want to give you top dollar for it. So if I can get you in at the right time, what time's going to be good? So the thing about this show, this learning thing today, you've got to send a video back. You've got to send pictures back. I don't like sending pictures, but I like doing these videos. Send your customer a video, because the second-rate salespeople out there are not going to do it. And don't cave when they keep pushing you for a trade value. If they push you for a trade value, you push them for an appointment. Well, as long as I had the perfect figures for you, Mr. Customer, when were you going to be able to pick this up? Now or later on today? Commitments. A bunch of commitments. So keep doing it. That is today's show. Sales Training, Tommy Ady, Tactical Tuesday. Oh, June 25th, 26th, Las Vegas, Tactical F&I. It's announced this morning. We're going to be doing it. So if you're in F&I, or you want to be in F&I, you got to make it to it. Going to be there. So thanks for watching this video. Facebook. And off I go to work now. I don't even know what time. Oh, 8:42. You guys have a good day. See you guys later.